And that's the latest single from Holly Starr, who wrote this song after struggling with her own self-image issues, as do many young women. But she found hope in embracing the love of God, and the song is now helping other young women find their true beauty. And Holly joins me now from Seattle. Welcome, Holly.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine. That video actually is beautiful. We're going to see more of that at the end of the show, but it's really an interesting and powerful message for young women today. And, it is really about not looking at how you look to yourself or how other people look, but finding some other sort of sense. And a lot of young people, a lot of young women are actually suffering in silence, not knowing that they're beautiful inside. Is this what you find for a lot of young women, that they do kind of suffer in silence?
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, looking back over my experience, I had somebody make a comment to me about the way that I looked, and they didn't mean it in the way that they said it, but I took it and spun it in the opposite direction, and it spiraled me downhill into a very dark and lonely place. And I didn't tell anybody really about what I was going through for a long time. So I definitely think it's easy to feel like you're the only one going through that, or even more, you just don't want people to know. So it's easy to keep it silent, for sure.
How did you deal with your self-esteem issues? I mean, on a daily basis, what would you say to yourself when you looked in the mirror and you saw yourself? What did you say to yourself in the mirror?
Yeah. Well, initially when I started recognizing the struggle, it was awful. Obviously, I'd get up in the morning, I'd weigh myself every day, and just to the point of a pound, I'd be paranoid. So I was really negative self-talk. But as I started to experience the process of healing, which I believe came through God's Spirit alone, and that's it, because my strength couldn't do any of the things that I wanted to change that, I started to have these Bible verses, begin to penetrate my mind and remind me that, I am not supposed to be compared to other people and what other people look like. There was an instance where somebody asked me this exact question, and I said, He's the creator of the universe. This is what I believe, that He created everything. He also created me. And so for me to insult myself in the way that I look is me insulting my Maker, because He created me and He loves me just the way that I am. And so when I decide to criticize the way that I look, or the life that I have or whatever, it's not only insulting myself, but it's insulting the God of the universe. And He created things to be good. He said that in the beginning. So I know that who I am is meant for a specific purpose, and if I deny that, then man, that's a huge insult to God, and I don't want to do that.
You're a beautiful young woman on the outside, but you never saw that probably, and but now you're beautiful on the inside. You always were. Mm-hmm. Was that what led you to write this song?
Yeah, absolutely. This song came straight out of that experience. I actually have a song that I wrote on my previous album called Undertow, which is actually me writing that in the midst of the struggle. And this song came as the answer to the prayer that I had. I committed to a year of praying to God, because I felt like this thing that was overwhelming me and keeping me in this dark place was not something that I could get rid of myself. But I started to pray that God would heal me, because I've learned, growing up in a Christian home and going to Christian school, that God is the creator and He's also the healer. And so I needed that in my life. So I was like, God, can you please demonstrate that to me right now? I believe that you are. And so I committed to this year of praying. I gave up something in my life so that I would remember to pray for that. And about 2/3 of the way through that year, I started to experience the healing of God, the healing hand of God. And I know that it was Him and it wasn't me, because it was so supernatural and so real. Like, it's still lasting till today. And that's what's so amazing for me to share about through this song. So.
What is Hungry for Hope? This is a benefit that you are doing, but what is it exactly?
Yeah, Hungry for Hope is a conference that helps encourage, if you're a clinician or if you're somebody who's struggled with body image issues, to just come and be in the company of those who have experienced that or been there before. This year I was there for the first time, and it was amazing. I'd never, because it was something I kept a secret for so long, even now being there at the conference, it was just like, wow, I am not alone. That is for sure. It was an extremely powerful place to be.
Do you know how many young women or even young men actually suffer from this sort of self-esteem issue, which can manifest itself in eating disorders like bulimia or anorexia? How many actually suffer from this?
I don't know the exact statistics, but I bet you almost every girl has gone through it at some point. And I don't know about guys, I'm not a guy, but I would say that quite a few do as well.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people suffer from this kind of this self-image issue, and the fact that so many will suffer alone is a really wonderful thing for you to write this song. It's called "Through My Father's Eyes." What's the best advice you can give to young people or to parents of young women who are suffering like this?
Yeah, I would definitely say continue to encourage them. If you're people of few words, don't be short on your words when you're talking, especially to your daughters about their beauty. It's so easy. And just one critical comment changed the course of 5 years of my life. And it wasn't even that critical, you know what I mean? So I just say, hey, be careful with the words that you use in regards to anybody, in regards to anything that you're talking about them. That's one thing that I'm challenged by every single day, because our words are extremely powerful, and I don't think we understand that fully. I know that I don't, but I can look at the situation in my life and say, wow, that one sentence, that one phrase that person said to me really impacted my life in a way that was not necessarily positive. So I would just definitely encourage people to, hey, if it's your daughter, if it's your friend, be there, encourage them. Maybe they won't tell you, but maybe you can see it on their face. Just continue to remind them of how wonderful they are just the way that they are. Because that acceptance is really important.
And when is Hungry for Hope?
When is it?
Yes.
It was just this past month.
It's just
so
this
it's
past
not
month,
going to be again. Yeah, it's going to be again probably next year.
Probably next year. Okay, great to check it out. And you can probably check out more about on your website at www.hollystarrmusic.com. Wonderful, beautiful music.
Thank you.
We'll hear more of it later in the show. Thank you so much, Holly, for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All righty.